blazing fast 5G?
Yep.
What about their reliable nationwide coverage?
Yes, that too.
I see. Unfortunately, there's no cure. But you will have really fast 5G.
Get jaw-droppingly fast 5G for $15 a month. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Cricket 5G requires a compatible device and is not available everywhere. Video may be limited to SD. Fees may apply. Terms and restrictions apply. Subject to change. See store for details.
San Antonio's Sports Star. San Antonio's Sports Center.
NBA Finals Game 3 tonight in Dallas. Celtics have a 2-0 lead over the Mavericks, but no Kristaps Porzingis tonight. You can catch it right here on San Antonio Sports Star. It all starts right after this at 6:30. The Astros lost their rubber game, falling 5-3 to the San Francisco Giants. And the Rangers, well, after getting shellacked last night, Game 2 against the Dodgers tonight at 9:10.
This is Extra Innings with Pleasure.
Truth is, I am Iron Man.
Rock and roll! The Texans win it!
You've been called the Da Vinci of our time. What do you say to that?
Absolutely ridiculous. I don't paint.
That ball is history. A walk-off home run.
And it's going to be legendary.
James Pledger wraps your day with insight, opinion, plenty of sarcasm, and of course, your calls. He'll even pour a beer out the door for his favorite story of the day. This is Extra Innings with Pledger. Now, here's Pledge.
What's up, gang? Welcome into Extra Innings with Pledger right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM, sasportstar.com. I'm James Pledger. Thanks for joining me, however you may be doing, whether that's on 94.1 FM, sasportstar.com, be listening via our AA Best Bail Bonds audio player, or if you are a part of our YouTube crew, that is right. All of our shows broadcast live on YouTube. Go to YouTube, search SA Sports Star, like, subscribe. You can comment along with the show. Fred Records, Jacob Eric, Fred Villarreal, Goldfinger, the 109er, Billy Dial. What's going on, guys? Welcome into Extra Innings with Pledger. Big show for you today. Short show because we got the NBA Finals getting underway here in just about 30 minutes. But I've got a lot to give away. I got two different 4-packs to go see the 2024 Superhero Comic-Con out at the Freeman Expo Hall. Next week, the 20th through the 23rd, I've got two different 4-packs I'll be giving away during the show. The first one will be coming up at the end of this segment, so stay tuned for that. Listen, the finals is going to be lit tonight. Goldfinger123 is wondering about my Celtics shorts. I do have them on tonight, and I'll let you know who's going to win and why, at least in my opinion. I've been wrong. I will be wrong again, but right now, I look very right. The Celtics have a 2-0 series lead. They are deeper, and it has shown and bored out. Now, will the injury to Kristaps Porzingis affect things? Will the Mavs being at home affect things? Getting 9 points out of your bench is unacceptable. You cannot win games when Kyrie is playing poorly and your bench isn't contributing, which has led to the Celtics getting this 2-0 series lead. Now, that being said, it's not like the Celtics' best two players have played great either. We have yet to see Jason Tatum have a Jason Tatum game on the offensive side of the court. He's due for a good game, as is Jaylen Brown. They have been carried by guys like Drew Holiday, Kristaps Porzingis, Derek White, Al Horford. Like, they have been thinking. They have really made things difficult for Luka Doncic. And I don't know if you've been on Twitter a lot. There is a cut-up of Luka Doncic's defense that is very reminiscent of James Harden's defensive cut-ups from back in the day. Dallas has to get stops. They can't rely on the Celtics just missing shots or Luka just getting blown by as they get to the rim. I think the Celtics win game 3 tonight. Now, I do think it's going to be a much more competitive game than others have been because they're at home. I think Kyrie Irving's finally going to show up being at home. I think the bench is going to finally contribute more than it has for Dallas. But I think that the Celtics stars are also going to play like stars tonight. And they're going to take a 3-0 series lead. Doesn't mean the Mavs won't get one at some point in this series, like in game 4, and send this thing back. But the Celtics are the better team. And I have this line of thinking that goes, if you have a list of things that need to happen perfectly for a team to win, and that list starts to get over 3 and 4 things long, the other team's probably going to win. The Celtics haven't had to play their best ball to win. They're due for a good game at some point. I think Kristaps not being there is going to be an issue tonight. But I think other guys will step up. I think Al Horford can step up. To me, the Mavs formula for winning is Luka being Luka, getting Kyrie to play like Kyrie, getting some help from their bench, and then hoping that the Celtic stars don't play well like they did in the first 2 games. That's a lot of things that have to happen for the Mavericks to get a win in this game. Home court helps them, no doubt. But to me, and Tatum's been hearing a lot of it, hadn't played well in the playoffs. Is he a star? Jason Kidd says it wasn't a mental warfare game when he threw the hand grenade of Jaylen Brown out there being their best player. You can debate it all you want. I don't think what you intended to happen happened the way you intended it. But at some point, Jason Tatum is going to be Jason Tatum. And when Jason Tatum's on, he is every bit as an unstoppable force in the NBA as anyone. They play great defense. They play great team defense. Their 2 best stars play good defense. The Mavs' 2 best stars are not known for their defensive ability. It's the team that makes the whole look much better than it is. PJ Washington, Derek Lively, like these guys help to solidify defensively the Dallas Mavericks. But when Luka's playing defense at such a porous level as he has in these last couple of games, it's not going to help. Because you're allowing, their stars to get easy buckets. And by getting easier buckets, you help to build the confidence, not only of the stars, but also their role players to where they get into a rhythm. Luka has to step up defensively. I'm not saying that he has to be a stopper, but he can't be the sieve that he's been to this point in the playoffs, in this series. Jeff McClanahan on our YouTube feed says, Boston Stars play on both ends, and they have more of them. Exactly. Like I said at the beginning of this series, I think Dallas had the best 2 players coming into it, in Kyrie and Luka. They were just playing better. The next 5, 6, 7 players are all Celtics. And the Celtics' best 2 stars are closer to Luka and Kyrie. The gap there and are to the rest of the Celtics. Like the gap is too far between Dallas's stars and everyone else than the Celtics as a team and their stars being to the Maverick stars. And that's the difference in this series so far. They're just deeper. They play defense better. I don't know how much the Porzingis thing is going to affect them. It will. But they have guys that can pick up that slack. The one thing that's very difficult to replicate with Kristaps Porzingis is both ends of the court. His ability to guard perimeter in and his ability to space the floor. Now, they've got guys that can space the floor. Al Horford can space the floor. Derek White is shooting well from three. You've got Drew Holiday. You've got floor spacers. And Brown and Tatum can both actually space the floor as well. The difference is the defense from inside to out that Porzingis provides and him not being there. That's going to be the main issue. And if Dallas is going to get back in this series, they have to have tonight's game. I just don't know if they will. The Celtics feel like they're on a mission right now. And that mission is to get that NBA title that has eluded Brown and Tatum and the rest of that team. And the glue to it all, it's been Drew Holiday, a guy with championship experience, a guy that's done it in Milwaukee. He knows what to do, and he does all of the things. You need him to be a facilitator, cool. If the Stars are having an off night and you need him to lead the team in scoring, cool, he can do that too. You need him to lock up defenders, he can throw lockdown defense up there. He is the jigsaw piece that makes the Celtics the better team than the Mavericks overall. And he is the reason that the Celtics are up 2-0 right now. And if I had a vote after 2 games so far, he's the MVP of the NBA Finals. This is Extra Innings with Pledger. I am James Pledger right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM, sasportstar.com. If you want to go see 2024 Superhero Comic-Con out at the Freeman Coliseum, I've got your first chance to win it right now. I've got a 4-pack. It is June 20th through the 23rd out at the Freeman Coliseum Expo Hall. If you're caller number 5 right now, 656 ESPN, that is 210-656-3776. You get those tickets to go see Superhero Comic-Con 2024 out at the Freeman Coliseum Expo Hall. More Extra Innings with Pledger next as we get into some NFL talk with both the Cowboys and the Texans. It's all coming up here on San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM. And sasportstar.com.
Ready for the ultimate outdoor adventure? 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star has your chance to win a getaway to Telluride, Colorado. Your prize package includes airfare and luxurious hotel accommodations for 2, plus thrilling expeditions like fly fishing, kayaking, ATV rides, and more. And it could be all yours. Enter once per day at sasportstar.com. You must be 18 or older to play. This is an Alpha Media company-wide contest. One winner will be chosen. Complete rules at sasportstar.com. Don't miss out on the adventure of a lifetime. Enter now at sasportstar.com.
Rob Thompson here for my favorite fantasy app. It's Prize Picks. I'm just one of 3 million people that love more or less. Where else are you going to take a $10 play and turn it into 100x of your cash? It's Prize Picks. And as basketball winds down, the games continue. Yeah, lots of finals action there. More or less, you fantasy guys, you know how to play along with the other 5 million active members. More or less is all that matters. And in June, as basketball winds down, I have got the fun for you. Esports. Yeah, get in on esports every Wednesday and Saturday in June, and your lineup doesn't win, you'll get your entry fee back. Choose the Counter-Strike, Call of Duty, League of Legends. You know them. Go play them. Fantasy games elevated. More or less. It's easy. Take $10, turn it into 100x of cash, and it's so easy to play. Remember the code ALAMO. Go to prizepicks.com. Get yourself signed up. Use that fantasy knowledge. Go play today. That's Prize Picks and Alamo.
Things in life, they come in twos. 2 scoops of ice cream, 2 tacos. And now for a limited time, get our best deal of the year. Buy any phone when you switch to Consumer Cellular and get 2 months of service free. That's right, the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage as Big Wireless, now with 2 months free. Proof the best things in life really do come in twos. Visit consumercellular.com or call 1-888-FREEDOM. Second and third month of monthly base service fee waived for new customers with the purchase of a phone and activation by July 31st, 2024. Taxes, fees, and third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
I want to learn how to cook, but I keep ordering takeout.
Accomplishing goals is hard, but when your goal is to learn a new language, Babbel makes it easy. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel will help you start having conversations in as little as 3 weeks. Words and phrases you'll actually use. So when someone asks, "How's your French going?" you can say,
Babbel facilite grandement l'apprentissage d'une nouvelle langue.
Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
George gets justice. In life's most challenging moments, getting the right help matters most if you've been injured. Get George at George Salinas Injury Lawyers. With a track record of success and a dedication to their clients, George gets justice. George Salinas Injury Lawyers is not just a law firm. They're your support system. Get George at George Salinas Injury Lawyers today at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
Come to Generations Federal Credit Union for a great competitive rate on a home equity loan. Consolidate debt, pay off credit cards, renovate your home, and more. With flexible terms, fixed rates, and minimal closing costs. All with easy applications and fast local decisions. Apply today at Generations Federal Credit Union.
Rates and terms subject to approval and may change without notice. Full terms and conditions at mygenfcu.org/homeequity. Equal housing lender.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
Do you get to celebrate Dyslexia Month, G? Yes, that's interesting, G, because I must admit, when we give you copy points to read, you wrestle with it.
Yeah. So between Gigi's dyslexia and your ADHD, it's also Imaginary Disease Month. Brought to you by I'm a Little OCD.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Catch the John Clay Wolf Show Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon right here on San Antonio Sports Star.
Introducing Lumi for Men, and we named him Mando. I'm Dr. Shannon Klingman, the inventor of Mando Whole Body Deodorant for pits, packages, and feet, because we all know our pits aren't the only place we get odor. Mando Whole Body Deodorant is different from anything you've ever tried before. It stops odor before it starts, powered by our acidified technology. Mando controls odor anywhere you have it. My patented whole body deodorant formula has over 200,000 five-star reviews. And because Mando has a 60-day stink-free guarantee, you can try Mando risk-free. Give Mando whole body deodorant a try today and smell like the stink-free man you were intended to be.
There's a special offer for listeners. Use code 1515 and get an extra $5 off a Mando starter pack that comes with a solid stick, green tube, 2 free products of your choice, and ships free with code 1515. Go to shopmando.com, code 1515, for an extra $5 off a Mando starter pack. That's shopmando.com, code 1515.
For more than half a century, contractors and trade professionals have relied on WeatherGuard for heavy-duty truck and van storage equipment, not just to protect their valuable tools, but to protect their professional reputations. For pros, the WeatherGuard badge makes a statement about what drives them. It says, "Bring it on. Been there. Done that. We've got your back," without saying a word. And the folks at WeatherGuard, they're just as driven as the hardworking pros they serve. See what it means to be driven at weatherguard.com.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only.
Ledger on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Welcome back into Extra Innings with Pleasure right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM, sasportstar.com. Game 3 of the NBA Finals coming up here in just a few minutes, as well as your chance to win another 4-pack to 2024 Superhero Comic-Con out at the Freeman Expo Hall next week. Stay tuned for that. Paul Aguilera on our Arguello. on our YouTube chat says maybe the Spurs should get Holiday. Look, I was pumping that. They re-signed him during the middle of the season, which promptly squashed the fact that they could possibly get him. So he has just been extended by the Boston Celtics, but it does open up a situation where maybe you're paying max money to Tatum, you're paying max money to Brown, you're paying top money to Drew Holiday, over $100 million. Maybe all of a sudden Derek White becomes available after paying Porzingis as well. Like maybe they're just paying so much they don't want to go into the high level luxury tax. So a guy like Derek White could be available to be brought back to San Antonio. That could be a possibility for the San Antonio Spurs. But Drew Holiday, sorry, not really a great idea, seeing as they literally just extended him last month, the month before, I think. So with that, I was pumping that because I knew he was on a 1-year deal and would be a free agent, but he no longer will be. He has signed a 4-year extension. He will be in Boston for the foreseeable future. What we don't know about the foreseeable future is who's going to be with the Dallas Cowboys, as 3 guys looking for contracts. You got Micah, you got Dak, and you've got CeeDee Lamb. The question becomes, how do you go about that? Well, the problem is any one of them can use exactly the leverage that Dan Orlovsky talked about this morning on Get Up.
Micah Parsons shouldn't step on the field without a new contract. Which one of the big 3 in Dallas is going to play the hard game, the long game? Is it going to be him, Dak Prescott, or CeeDee Lamb? It's going to be hard to pay all 3 of those guys what they're worth, in my opinion. And Micah Parsons is arguably the most disruptive edge in all of the NFL. Him, Myles Garrett, TJ Watt into that conversation. Greeny, the last player in the history of the NFL to have 12-plus sacks in seasons 1, 2, and 3 of their NFL career is a guy named Reggie White. For $2.9 million, there's no way that Micah Parsons should risk injury, risk lessering his value, if that's possible, by stepping on the field for the Dallas Cowboys. Those guys need all to get paid: quarterback, wide receiver, and defensive end.
They do all need to get paid. And of the holdouts I believe are possible, Micah probably not the guy, seeing as he still has a year left on his deal before he even gets to his 5th-year option. It's the guy that's on his 5th-year option. It's CeeDee Lamb. Without Micah Parsons, the defense can still function, not at the same level, but you can scheme around things like that. But it would be very detrimental if they don't. And as Dan Orlovsky says, any one of these guys can play this card.
The interesting one will be whether or not they do Micah Parsons, because the way the contract situation is set up, Dan, he doesn't have a lot of options if he decides to hold out.
Yes, he does. They can't make the playoffs without him.
Right.
The reality is all 3 of those guys, if either of them held out for any amount of time, significant amount of time this year, the Cowboys cannot make a playoff run. And they won't make the playoffs. I think they're the 6th best team in the NFC right now with all 3 of those guys. If any one of them, specifically Micah Parsons, says, I'm not playing, they can't make the playoffs. So while he may not have leverage when it comes to the 3 seasons, going into his 4th season, they can't make the playoffs without him.
Right idea, wrong player. Because more likely, you can't make the playoffs without scoring points. And this team is not scoring points without either Dak Prescott or CeeDee Lamb, most importantly, Dak Prescott. The quarterback makes the team go. Now, could Trey Lance surprise everybody, put us all to shame, and go and ball out? Absolutely, especially if he has a CeeDee Lamb. But the difference is CeeDee has not shown up to anything to this point, while Dak and Micah have. CeeDee very showing up when the training camp portion gets going and could pull that into the season. He's the most important cog. All right, I teased them. Superhero Comic-Con 2024, caller number 7 right now. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. This has been Extra Innings with Pleasure. Coming up next, the NBA Finals, Game 3.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you